Welcome back to PopScope, the Hindu's very own pop culture podcast. I'm your host Moksha, and today I'm joined by our resident K-pop connoisseur, Kavithaa.
Hello.
As we dive into everything that's been buzzing in the world of pop culture. Yes, we know it's been a while, long enough in fact for Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman to actually collaborate. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into our roundup of what's been making headlines this past few weeks. And let's start with the big one. Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman teaming up to score Nitish Tiwari's Ramayana. See, I'm going to be honest, I'm not someone who's looking forward to watching another telling of Ramayana from Bollywood. I mean, all of us saw how Adipurush went and well, I'm very skeptical. But I have to admit that their selfie made me do a double take. Speaking of jaw-dropping moments, the teaser for Christopher Nolan's Odyssey got leaked online and I unfortunately did not watch it. I actually went to Jurassic World Rebirth hoping to catch it, but my theatre did not play. So I had to stick to watching the movie that I actually paid money for. However, people online who got a peek of the trailer have been spiraling over the character's American accent, and the thought of that being true is eating me up from the inside. But since Nolan's secrets remain under wraps, Kavithaa and I are shifting our focus to something we actually did get to watch: Jurassic World Rebirth. Is it a worthy addition to the franchise or just another cash grab? We have thoughts. Also, brace yourself. I'm finally diving into the K-pop world. I mean, it's about time.
Yeah.
And Kavithaa is here to guide me through it, especially with all the buzz around BTS's return. Plus, we'll share what we've been binging lately, so let's get into it.
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong.
Right, so dinosaurs have been roaming the earth for some time now, and nods and glasses are back in business.
Yep.
Before we get into the details of the movie, a special shout out to Jonathan Bailey's glasses. This man is falling off of cliffs, he's gotten shipwrecked, and somehow the glasses have remained intact. I could never, last podcast episode, right before we were shooting, I was cleaning my glasses and they just broke out of nowhere. I don't even know how that is possible, but somehow that happened. So I'm really looking forward to finding out which brand these glasses are from, because I really need it.
And I also think that metaphorically the glass have a survival instinct throughout the whole movie.
Right, like Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
Getting into, the thick of it all, we have new actors now in the franchisee. We have Mahershala Ali, we have Scarlett Johansson, and we have Jonathan Bailey added to the franchise. We have a new director in Gareth Edwards. So before we dissect the movie, I'll get through the storyline of the movie without any spoilers.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it starts with Rupert Friend, who works for a pharmaceutical company, who's recruiting people to go on a mission to get samples from 3 dinosaurs. These 3 samples must be collected from a dinosaur that's in the water, a dinosaur that roams on land, and an avian dinosaur. He recruits Scarlett Johansson's character, who is an ex-military officer, and Dr. Loomis, played by Jonathan Bailey, and he's a paleontologist whose museum is in turmoil. Nobody wants to come and look at dinosaurs anymore. He's trying to save his career. Major existential crisis.
Yeah,
for him.
definitely, I felt that.
Yeah, and I feel like the movie did a very good job at, averting his existential crisis, even though he had to go through a lot of adventures and action sequences. But yeah, what do we think of the movie?
I really like the movie, and I also think that the casting team know what they were doing. One thing that I specifically want to speak about without giving any spoilers, how they carried some characters, because we might have some perception of some characters in the beginning and how it changed at the end of the movie. And the way they carried those characters is top notch, to be honest. At the time of life and death situation, we get to know the true colors of some people. I think that carried the plot till the very end.
I liked it too. I mean, especially after Dominion, I think this movie was like a redemption arc in the franchisee. For me personally, if you put a Titanosaurus roaming in the grasslands or forests, I'm already captivated by the spectacle. And the spectacle was only elevated with Dr. Loomis's reaction, Jonathan Bailey's excitement was contagious.
See, it's the moment that he waited for his whole life, and the reaction that, the acting obviously he put through there is spectacular, I would say.
I think the CGI team also did a spectacular job at imagining these giant animals and how they move. I personally loved the CGI of the very first movie, to be frank, and I don't think that can be beaten. I hope somebody beats it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think this movie's CGI was also getting there. Like,
Yeah, somewhere near, yeah. And also for me personally, the sea adventure looks more exciting and I'm more inclined to that. And the Mosasaurus, the whole scene where they had to, do what they want to do, so thrilling, I would say.
and I loved how the Spinosaurus.
Oh yeah,
looked.
that
I
scene,
think it
yeah.
looked gorgeous. And I have some qualms with the film as well. I think it lacked serious depth. Okay, like I love the spectacle. I think they did a great job at bringing it to life. But I genuinely feel like this was a great opportunity for the franchisee to go back to its roots and remind us as to why we shouldn't tinker with genetics.
Yeah.
Especially putting into context what Colossal Biosciences is doing. For some context, earlier this year, this genetic engineering company called Colossal Biosciences, which is based in America, claimed that they brought back dire wolves to life. Dire wolves, the fans of Game of Thrones are very familiar with. But these are like these white animals that are very close to wolves. And Colossal Biosciences, what they did is they tinkered with the genetic sequence of a grey wolf. And they edited the genetic sequence and brought these dire wolves back to life. And now they intend to do that with the woolly mammoth, which is a giant animal, and the dodo. And I think the first movie did a wonderful job at highlighting how things go wrong when we try to play God.
Yeah.
And now we're very close to doing that. I mean, they're already claiming to do that. And I think this movie just could have reminded us as to how things could go wrong with genetic tinkering and probably shed some light on the ethical debate surrounding it. But I think they took an easy way out and just, showed the spectacle and dusted their hands off, which is something that I am not particularly happy with. I think what the movie did was, the disaster has already happened. That is, we've gotten these animals back.
Yeah.
So why don't we just milk it to our advantage and then go our own way? Which I felt was very dodgy in itself. You could have shed some light on the ethical dilemma in itself. Now that we're bringing extinct animals back to life, and God forbid one day some freaky scientist decides to do that with dinosaurs, do you think you'll survive a world with dinosaurs?
Oof, no. Definitely.
How long do you think you're gonna last?
I'll be the first person who go in the wrong way and die.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna break my glasses 5 minutes into it. I'm just gonna squint
Yeah.
until I die.
I can see that happening.
So 6 months of 2025 have gone by, don't ask me how, but I spent the better part of the year just consuming content all across the board. So here is my mid-year binge list. I'm mixing movies and shows together so you can have a pick of your choice. I'll start with Studio by Seth Rogen. It's a hilarious parody of Hollywood executives. I'm still dumbfounded by how it just got greenlit. My second recommendation is Adolescence. It is a limited series on Netflix. Listen, this is not my favorite by any means, but literally everybody I've spoken to had rave reviews about it. So I might not agree with them, but I still want to give that option to you so you can choose whether you want to watch it or not. My third recommendation is also a show. It's on Netflix called Black Warrant, which documents the events unfolding in Tihar jail. This is based on non-fiction book called Black Warrant, Confessions of a Tihar jailer, and this is very exciting and something interesting, directed by Vikramaditya Motwane. Now for my favorite movies, a drum roll please. Okay, look past how stunning Michael B. Jordan looks and you'll see a tale of love, loss and man's difficult relationship with religion. If you have not already watched this, what are you waiting for? Like, I'm genuinely concerned. Please go watch this. And I'll end the list with Mickey 17, Robert Pattinson in a Bong Joon-ho. Like, why do you expect more convincing? Go watch this as well. And I will give a special shout out to the latest season of Black Mirror because I'm generous. After what happened last season, I feel like this time around they are finding their footing again, and we had some exciting stories this time around. So hopefully show's only gonna get better. So I saw a selfie of all the BTS members together.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even count how many members there are, to be honest.
It's 7, yeah.
Because I'm going to rely on you for this. But I think this time around, I am going to catch the K-pop train. I missed it the first time around. It seems like everybody's making a comeback now. Why don't you school me on what K-pop is and give us pointers into what I need to know to like follow K-pop.
Yeah, you got it, Misty. You got me here. So K-pop is generally, in a wider context, is like pop song which is made in Korean. But the language actually switches nowadays because there are since they get the wider audience, they infuse English lyrics also. But basically K-pop is just singing songs in Korean. You can start from there. So BTS, as you said, so the most awaited moment, after 3 years they got reunited. I can tell you who are the members. So for example, they have separate names. For example, they have their native names and they have a stage name. The stage names for all 7 members are RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V and Jungkook or JK, which is very easy to get.
I don't think so. I think I'm going to forget all of these, but
okay,
I will try.
That's how I also started. I mean, I'm not familiar with the name and here I am.
Yeah.
So these members actually went to military and it's mandatory in South Korea. They reunited after 3 years and that's all the fuss that's been going around. And in Korea, it's actually mandatory for all men aged from 18 to 28 have to go through the military services. They have to go through for the period of 1.5 years to 2 years. They have to go through. So these members enlisted back in 2022. They started in 2022 and they officially got reunited. They finished all their military services. And for women, because there are many female K-pop band, it's voluntary, not mandatory in Korea. So since these members are also have to go through the military enlistment, they came back and it's boom.
Yeah, I think a lot of countries also have this military enlistment, like Israel. And if you don't enlist, you'll have to serve jail time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A very interesting internet lore is there's this Taylor Swift updates account who just randomly tweeted that she was back from jail. And then everybody was just concerned, why did a fan just end up in jail in Israel? And she later explained that she refused to enlist in the military in the IDF, so she had to serve jail time.
Oh, damn.
So I think military enlistment is very much some pop culture canon that needs to be explored.
And honestly, I feel they never left because when these 7 members got enlisted in different time in the period, they had pre-produced their songs so meticulously that they even started working on their solo project, and for the fans it felt like they never left. And I also wonder that how they managed to pull this off, because in recently Jin, one of the member, had an interview with Tom Cruise, and it's a fanboy moment for both of them. They were
Does Tom Cruise follow K-pop?
Oh yeah, he admitted, he said that he loved BTS and he also appreciated how hard work they put in. And yeah, he also said that he's an army.
Maybe now that Tom Cruise follows K-pop, I have some motivation to follow K-pop too.
Yeah, at the end of the show, I think you will.
Yeah, doing a good job at convincing me.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just BTS that's making a comeback. I saw Blackpink also.
Yeah, they are making the headlines also. They also reunited after around 3 years, and they released a single called Jump, and now they're gonna do the world tour. And also the many Western artists also started collaborating with the K-pop idols, and it's it's getting
very popular. Everybody wants to cash in on the K-pop wave.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, big names like Coldplay and J. Cole and Jack Harlow also started collaborating with K-pop idols, and K-pop idols went to Coachella, the famous music festival. Not only in Western, even in India, we have an official first K-pop idol from India.
Okay, how does that work?
The participants from here will audition in Korea, and if they pass through the checks that the agency have, and they have to be fluent in Korean, because most of the lyrics will be in Korean. So we have one Indian K-pop idol, and she's a female, and her name is Shriya Lenka, and she debuted in 2023 in a group called Black Swan. And we also have a trainee who is not officially signed to any label, but her name is Arya. Her, the Indian name is Gautami. She is from Kerala, and hope to see many, K-pop idols from, India. And we also have a news that the agency called Hype, who's going to set up their agency possibly in Mumbai. So let's see more. It smells like a season for more collaboration between Indian artists and K-pop idols.
Exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
But for somebody like me, who has no clue about how to begin this, journey into absorbing K-pop culture, what are some shows, movies, albums you recommend I watch, listen to?
I would suggest some, like When Life Gives You Tangerine. You have to start with a K-drama for sure.
I've heard a lot about this. People have been crying over it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Squid Game, that you can start with. Mr. Plankton. I'm someone who, cries over the drama. So I'm giving you so that, take some tissues with you when you, watch these. Some of the suggestions that I would say. And of course, you can, start with the music from BTS.
Okay, any album in particular I should start with?
Oh, you can start with the Proof. Starting very, very hard, but I know what I'm doing. So you can start with the Proof. It's an album where they pick the, the most thoughtful songs and very energetic songs, and you can start with that.
Got it. So while I go grab some tissue rolls and watch When Life Gives You Tangerine, you guys please mail your mid-year binge list to podcast@thehindu.co.in, or you can even drop the list in the comments. And we'll share some interesting lists next time around. Could be K-pop, could be not. But until we see you again, take care, have a good week. Bye.